Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cup of Joe's, where you get your daily cup of Joe from a couple of Joes. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff today, including why my dog is scratching at the door in our intro, and why I hold my cup like this. But first, we're going to talk about what? A little bit of Warriors again. Was it last night? No, 2 nights ago, right? It was Christmas Day.
Christmas Day, yeah.
So 2 nights ago. Pretty good game, but we lost.
Yep.
I think in crunch time, we had some bad decisions, some bad turnovers, just like we always do.
Right.
I think Draymond would have helped a lot in that game.
His defense would have been really nice.
I think so, too. So what do you think they're going to do this year? What are our realistic expectations of where the Warriors can be?
Where are they sitting right now? They're just above 500 in one of the last play-in spots. I think realistically they're not going to roll over and die in that first round. I think that they're going to win a series and then they're going to get eliminated by one of those top teams. That's my realistic expectation for them. But you can never count them out. You know, you get a motivated Draymond coming back. Yep. You get Klay Thompson who can find himself. Steph Curry's going to do what he does.
That's been interesting. Klay has been playing well.
Right. He's
averaging like in the last 4 games for like 23 points or something like that.
Right.
His threes come back. His defense looks better. He looks all around better.
And since the last time we talked, when Draymond got suspended, we've actually seen them.
I grabbed his mic. It wasn't a Magic Mike. And we don't do Magic Mike shit here on this podcast. Well, I don't.
Yeah.
Let me get my summer body back. All right. Yeah, I think you're right.
But we saw them, what did they rattle off? 4 wins after that suspension happened? They've dropped 2 since.
No, it was 5-1. They were 5-1 since Steph kicked the chair.
Okay.
So he was frustrated, kicked the chair. They went 5-1 after that. 4 straight wins and then lost. So I think we get maybe to the second round.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can make it much past there.
Not this year.
And then some real bad decisions have to come. You got Klay's up. His contract's up. Draymond might even come back to the fucking team, which is crazy.
Right.
I've heard a couple of sports commentators. I don't know if they slipped or they're like, if he comes back, like if and when.
Right.
Maybe they know some shit that we don't.
Right.
And that would be the perfect time to trade him, where you wouldn't have a lot of people like, oh, why did you fucking do that? Because it's obvious why.
Right. That makes an interesting thought. If you can get rid of Draymond to a contender this year, you could get so much more from a team that's looking to make a last-minute playoff rush, because he's going to benefit any team.
100%.
I don't think you get much for Klay Thompson right now. I think you're just going to have to let him walk in the offseason. I don't think you can get anything back this year. Maybe
he'll take a discounted contract for us. I don't know. Just for loyalty reasons.
Right.
But I could see the Lakers going after him too. In a feeble effort for LeBron to get Steph to come over to you.
I think LeBron needs to come play.
Yeah, come play with us, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Fuck all that bullshit. Well, he likes people to come to his team for his legacy reasons, though, right?
Right. Well, except for the Lakers.
That's a whole nother pie. Did you see they hung that fucking banner?
Yeah.
Kobe's rolling over in his fucking grave now, by the way.
I don't know what they were thinking by wanting to do.
And then did you hear Shaq's thing? He's like, oh, I'm cool with it because it's not a banner, it's a flag. It's not gold and whatever, purple or something. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I was kind of expecting them to make it look exactly the same and just put the season tournament just right above it, real small.
Fuck, man. Yeah. Fucking Lakers.
Yeah.
I love Chris Paul's role on our team, too. I don't think enough is being said about him. We all fucking hated that trade. Yeah. Nobody wanted Chris Paul over here. But you saw the other day where he flips off Klay. And they're like boys now.
Right.
And he's made a couple wins for us. That pass to Steph in the corner. He could have took that shot himself.
Right.
He's just a leader on the floor, too.
I just can't imagine what the team would look like having Jordan Poole in his place and how many more turnovers we would have.
Oh, my God.
This year.
Oh, my God. Unless Jordan was really doing something last year to try to get out. I don't know. You know, seemed like he forgot how to fucking play basketball.
Right.
And I've seen a lot of his highlights now too, or lowlights, should I say, of him spinning, crossing 3 people up, shooting a fucking air ball from 60 feet. His teammates are just like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You see that one where he was like in the huddle and like, I don't need to fucking pay attention to that.
Yep. Yeah. He's just Monte Ellis. That's all he is.
Ah, yeah, he's Monte. He's a bigger Monte.
Yeah. Let me shoot it up from anywhere at any time.
Everywhere. Just without the Louisiana accent.
Right. Which I've actually seen him driving on the freeway once, Monte Ellis, back when he was playing for the Warriors.
Oh, no shit.
And I think he kept his license plate as a Monte 8.
Oh, my God.
Like, it was very awesome.
All right. What is our next topic?
Talk some Dallas Cowboys.
You want to talk some Dak Cowboys? Yeah, let's talk about Dak. What do you think about Dak?
What do I think about Dak Prescott? I have been a little backstory on this.
Okay.
So, huge Cowboy fan, obviously.
It's not obvious.
Well, okay, sorry.
You live in the Bay Area. You're wearing a fucking fieldwork shirt.
It's not obvious yet. I'm a huge Dallas Cowboy fan. My dad was a Cowboy fan, so that's how I picked it up here in the Bay Area. But like a cool story is my dad, when he was born, the same year he was born, Roger Staubach was drafted by the Cowboys.
Oh, nice.
And then obviously he won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And then the year I was born, Troy Aikman was drafted. He goes on to win 3. And then Mason, my son, when he was born, Dak Prescott was drafted. So I have like this hope and want for him to be great.
Right.
I think he's good. I think he's a good quarterback. Everyone's talking like top 5. He was in the MVP discussion a couple weeks ago. I've never really thought that. I think he's a top 10 guy, but bottom of the 10, like 10, somewhere in there.
But he's having a pretty good year this year.
Really good year.
Yeah.
I was a Dak Prescott hater for the last 3-4 years, and this year,
everybody was. Have you watched the tape?
Yeah, I'm watching it, and I'm like, you know what? This guy is actually different. Like, he can actually play the game. I see that he's cerebral. Like, he's
making quick decisions.
Yeah.
And his numbers look great too.
Yeah.
What's their record right now?
They are 10-5 now.
It's pretty fucking good for the Cowboys right now.
Yeah, I have higher hopes for than what they're doing right now, but it's going to be an early exit out of the playoffs again. I think.
You think?
I think they're gonna get the 5 seed. They're gonna play the Buccaneers. They're gonna beat the Buccaneers just like they did last year. They're gonna go play San Francisco, and they're gonna lose to San Francisco just like they did the last 2 years. So,
Purdy had not such a great game. Well, our last game either. So,
right.
And he got a stinger or something, and they brought our backup end who did throw 2 touchdowns almost immediately.
Right.
So you never know. That's a good matchup, though. I remember that last year. I remember texting you and not getting a response back.
And I'll continue to respond.
Haven't got a text since, actually. All right. I think now we're going to be moving on to the trending topics. Okay. So we like to talk about things that are going on in the news here on this channel. And Joey has brought a very interesting story of an airline that you guys may or may not have flown. And if you haven't flown it, don't. But it's Spirit Airlines, right? Spirit Airlines, the cheapest way to fly, except if you want to bring a bag or fucking have a water.
Pick a seat.
Or pick a seat or have some peanuts. Or if you want to fly with the fucking person you're flying with. If you want to do all that, then it's more expensive than United or any other fucking airline. I don't know why we do it. It's a fucking ploy. But tell us about what happened on Spirit Airlines.
So, apparently, I think I read that it was on the day after Christmas.
Okay.
A 6-year-old child is flying Spirit Airlines to get home to Florida. And Spirit Airlines is in charge of the 6-year-old, trying to get them onto the right plane, and sent him to the wrong state.
Sent him to the wrong state,
which is incredible because I have a 5-year-old about to turn 6.
Yep.
I'm terrified at the idea of sending that 6-year-old alone,
right?
Let alone putting them in the wrong state.
So is this a Spirit Airlines issue or a parenting issue? What the fuck was that person doing?
Yes. Yes is the answer to that.
Now, if the airline had, given them some assurances and had some sort of concierge with them, then that's the airline's fault. But again, who the fuck puts a 6-year-old on a plane?
And a Spirit Airlines.
On a Spirit Airlines plane.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? I know that United had this thing where my son, who was 18, not fucking 6, came back from Costa Rica, where they would stay with him the whole time, but it had to be a direct flight, and there was no direct flights. Like, he's 18. He doesn't fucking need someone to stay with him. But it was relatively inexpensive, like $150 for them to, like, basically just watch them, make sure they get on to the right plane.
Right.
Which I would assume that that's what this person was doing.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Have you ever flown Spirit Airlines?
I have. I just flew it. I just went to Vegas recently and flew it because it was, the cheapest, as I thought.
Yeah. I flew it to Vegas one time, and this is no joke. We took a plane out of Oakland, flying to Vegas at night. And we're taxiing to get onto the runway. I don't know if that taxi.
Yeah.
When you're about to get over there.
Yeah.
They missed their turn, and you can't back up a plane, obviously. So they
planes don't have reverse.
They missed the turn, so they had to get one of the carts to
push it back
up the plane, and then take off. And then it sounds like a propeller airplane.
So I know. And there's some weird like microwave noise that it makes. Well, I'm out for some reason always over the wing or in the back.
Right.
Because I don't buy a seat. Fuck you, Spirit Airlines. Unless you want to sponsor us, then I'll say good things about you. I think, isn't Frontier much the same?
Frontier's the same. Yeah.
Are they all by the same company? Because it seems like it.
Could be.
Shiesty
Like
bastard.
that same category too.
Yeah, Allegiant too. Yeah. Cheap airlines. Why is air fucking travel so crazy anyway? The shit that we have to go through to get on the plane, how much it costs now. Fucking, if you bring one thing that's 1 pound overweight, now you got to pay. But if it's on my body, it's fine.
Right.
No mind that I weigh 165 pounds and the dude next to me is
clothes under the plane.
280. Like, that should make a fucking difference too. Yeah, I literally have done that. Sitting at the thing, put the thing on that thing, it weighed like a pound over. I took 3 shirts out and put them on. Right. We're all on the same fucking plane. Why is this not? How's that a deal? I think on Spirit though they have to balance those planes to make sure.
It's not counterweighted.
It's not. There's no gyro on those bitches. $7 for the Wi-Fi. I can't believe how many people were complaining about the water because they come by with the car and everybody's like, "I'll just take water," and they're like, "Yeah, $5," and they're like, "For water?" And they go, "I can give you ice." Like, bitch, that is water frozen.
Trying to warm it up.
Just put it in your mouth and suckle it. Fuck. Ice is the only thing that's free on Spirit. And a sudden death.
Yeah. You have to pay extra for safe landings.
If you want no turbulence, you can do that too. Most of the planes have added turbulence. All right. We're going to give a little segment here about how me and this Joe met each other. And there will be some further questions, but those are for other podcasts. So we're just going to keep it to the story of what happened when we met. So I used to work with Joey's ex-wife. And we actually worked at an insurance company before, and then we worked at Humana together. Let's bleep Humana, please. We can keep it out, okay. So there was a lot of trips that we used to take, company organized trainings and things like that. And one of these times, and I think Jen was in charge of that stuff, right?
Yeah, I think at that time she was one of the ones booking the trips for the team activities. Yeah.
Okay, so she books Tenaya Lodge, which is amazing if you haven't been there. Fucking beautiful place. It's right on the outskirts of Yosemite, I want to say, right? I mean, or is it kind of the park is behind it?
It's called Fish Camp, which is just outside of the park.
Yep. Beautiful place. It was snowing a little bit, I think.
Right.
And we had a couple people in from different locations at that time. Somebody from Minnesota. And so Jen brings Joey to this event. And I meet him, probably the first time was at the bar, as we do, right?
Yep.
And there's also this guy that came from a different division at the company who seems like he's never been anywhere before. And he quickly tells us this is his first corporate trip. Probably the ghettoest dude I've ever met in my life. And I'm a ghetto dude. I could play on that level, but this dude was something else. What was he kept on? We were talking about sports, right?
Right.
And didn't he have like a catchphrase or a saying that he was like bet or true dat or some shit where just like at the end of every thing he just had an affirmation.
Yeah.
And then almost do nothing about the fucking sport either. So I meet this guy. Instantly know he's a cool guy. We get along perfectly. That's why we do these podcasts together. We can talk about fucking any subject and have a good time doing it. So we get pretty toasty. We're talking to this guy for what? 45? No, probably like 2-3 hours. We're talking to this guy.
Yeah.
There's also a woman in our office that gets a little frisky when she's tipsy. And she had a few drinks that night as well. I believe the first interaction with her outside of work too, with all of us.
Yeah.
And she was like putting balloons in her shirt and acting like they were her tits and like.
Yeah, I think I'd met her before, and she was not that way. Like, she was very like put together, like very professional. Yeah. So this is my first time like seeing her drink, and it was
something else.
Yeah, it was hilarious though.
By the way, she's married.
Yeah, she's definitely married.
And I believe that this dude's married too. He was talking about I think his wife and I think that a baby on the way or a baby that they had or something.
Yep.
So we're talking at the bar, having fun. He goes outside to have a cigarette, I think, right?
That's correct, yep.
Yeah, because he smokes. That's how stupid he is. Well, cigarettes, not weed. Which we're going to get Joey to do for the first time ever on this podcast. Actually, we're going to take an edible and just film him for 3 hours, time lapse.
The stages
of Joe. So anyway, he goes outside to have a cigarette. She's already out there. And this is right outside the fucking hotel. Like, it's to the entrance of the hotel. There's benches there. What is it, only like 9:30? It's early. It's not late, right?
Yeah, it's not too late. And just to preface this even more, they had been talking about their husbands and wives.
To each other.
To everyone at the bar. Like,
yes.
It was very well known that they're both married.
No secret whatsoever.
None.
So he goes outside to have a cigarette. And we see him kind of walk out there, and we're like, what's going on? Let's just see. So we find, I think it's me, you, and Jen, right?
Yeah.
We find this little spot because we're at a bar, but there's another banquet room right next to it, and it's completely empty.
Right, yep.
And the banquet room has this window that looks out right to the fucking bench that they're sitting on. And we're about 90 degrees behind them, so they have no idea that we can see them.
Right.
I mean, but they weren't trying to hide it.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's in like the middle of a resort.
Yeah. So we see him smoking and laughing a little bit, and then all of a sudden, bam, heads collide. They're just going at it, man.
Went horizontal real fast.
It's right. There's things being touched and hands being maneuvered. There's jackets trying to be taken off. And this goes on for about like 5-10 minutes. It wasn't like a small amount of time that they were out there doing that.
Right. We stopped watching at some point.
We did. We were like, this is plausible deniability. We're at a fucking work event.
Right.
And we'll bleep all the names and corresponding companies because let's not get anybody in trouble that doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
We all make mistakes.
This is going to be a running theme of this podcast.
And so anyway, we leave and then we go back out there to try to catch them again, see them again. And they're gone. They're both gone.
Yeah.
And I see him in the morning at the breakfast thing. We're all at the same fucking place. And he's like, hey, man, I had real fun last night. I'm like, I bet you did. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah. So he's like, yeah, man. I'm like very proud of it. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's why they truly say ignorance is bliss, and I believe it. The stupider you are, the happier you are. And the smarter you are, the fucking more miserable you are.
Right.
All right. So that's how we met. But then we continued to stay in contact, and you came on a lot of trips, I think.
Yeah.
We started talking more and more and getting more into deeper conversations and realized we think a lot alike as well.
Right.
And then they divorced, but not before I had Joey come on to one of my other companies. Yep. And speaking of one of my other companies, you've probably seen this person before. She's on my other podcast if you watch my professional stuff. But we're going to bring in somebody right now that's going to talk about a little story that I have no idea about, which I love because I get to react live in real time. And we'll be right back. We'll bring it right in.
Oh.
All right. So now we're going to introduce a little thing we like to call shit Joe doesn't know. It goes for either of us. But in this case, it's shit that I don't know. You've probably seen this person on some of my other podcasts, on my professional ones. This is not that, obviously. Her name is Taylor, and welcome, Taylor. Welcome to Cup of Joe's.
Thank you.
I hope to bring a lot more guests in, but Taylor was available. Okay, so Taylor and Joey recently received something. Was it for Christmas?
It was for Christmas, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's see if we can get that.
Maybe a little bit of a birthday gift for you as well.
There you go.
Yeah. It was so large and expensive that it turned into birthday and Christmas.
Okay, let's talk about it.
So my mom came over, and she was really excited about this gift that she had bought for us and the family to display. And she's like, oh, saw it, had to have it, thought of you guys instantly.
Okay.
Which is unique. It's an interesting thought, interesting gift idea.
Okay.
So she's like, I need help with it to get it out of the car because it's too heavy. And I was like, all right, it's
gonna be something substantial. It's gonna be nice.
so let's go. And I go out to her car, and she's like, I couldn't even fit it in the back seat. Like, I had to put it in the trunk, took up all the trunk space.
Okay.
All right. So I go out to the trunk and grab it, and it's all wrapped. I'm like, I have no idea what this is. Like,
Yeah.
like it's too big to be anything that I know. Like,
Okay.
no idea what this is. So grab it, bring it in, unwrap it, and this is what we ended up with.
Okay. So walk me through this a little bit. What are we looking at here?
So let's break it down. So
First, we're still applying for its zip code for it.
yeah.
And
It's the beginning stages of getting it.
so it brings me back to what you said. She thought of you. This is totally you.
100%
Had to be you. Okay. So let's walk through this. What do we have? It looks like a manger scene.
So we have a manger, and we got baby Jesus, and we got the key players.
Okay.
We have the key players. We got Joseph and Mary, Jesus. Now we got the wise men.
Yes.
And then it gets real interesting from there, in my opinion.
Okay.
Number one, the manger is like 2 feet tall. Like,
It is ridiculous. Someone's just tells us this thing.
But then we bring in this camel that I just...
Looks like it's from Aladdin. I mean, I guess it's the same.
Right.
It has a genie on the back. If you guys can, the genie.
Yeah, it's got the lamp and everything.
And this is a wise man as well.
Yeah, 1 of 3 wise men.
Is this the frankincense? What are we doing here?
Yep.
Might be myrrh. I don't know.
What is myrrh, by the way?
It is.
If anybody knows what myrrh is, can you please comment down below? Was it in like an old school spice or something? I don't know. It was like Coke.
Yeah. White powdery substance. Get you real jacked.
And this guy with the lamb.
So that's where it starts. So after we unwrapped it, to be respectful, we immediately
her.
set it up. We were very thankful. And as my mom went to the bathroom, I looked at her and I was like, I have no idea what in the world just happened. But to be respectful, we set it up.
And when was this? This was Christmas?
Right before Christmas.
Right.
His birthday is December 1st.
Yeah.
So she came right between his birthday and Christmas to make sure it was delivered in time
Right.
to enjoy the holiday.
Had to have it for Christmas.
For the holidays.
So as we set it up, it gets more and more funny as we're looking at it. Like, I'm just looking at this and, just thinking about the story of the nativity scene.
Sure.
It's like, if you're Joseph, like, how are you feeling about this day right now?
Real bad. Yeah, Joseph always got a bad rap, man. He's a good dad, right? Raised Jesus even though it wasn't his son.
Right.
Sounds like modern times. Yeah.
Right, but then you start looking at the baby, and he sure looks a whole lot like that shepherd behind.
Whoa, the merman. Oh, this one.
The lamb, it starts to get questionable.
Whoa, dude. What are they trying to say over here?
I don't know.
The truth? Mary got knocked up and told somebody it was immaculate. Wish I could get away with that.
I just want to know that. I want to know that conversation like right away.
Yeah.
Like, hey, honey, like, good news.
I've never had sex before.
You know how we've been holding off?
Yeah.
Well,
now you've been with me for 15 years and I haven't given you any of the puss. Well, I'm pregnant. And it looks like our merman. Yeah. Okay, here's a good question. First of all, how did the wise men know where he was? Because that motherfucker came over a lot. They came right in. They were just saying hello to his baby.
that's probably where the myrrh and the frankincense probably came from. It was just like they were ready there to make a video or something. And then Joseph's actually there, and he's like, oh, shit. Well, I have some myrrh. I get some frankincense here. You guys can have this.
This motherfucker brought gold.
You didn't want to give up the gold. It was just like, that's all I got.
Yeah, I have it.
That's all I got.
The myrrh and frankincense guy were like, dude, it was supposed to be under $20. What the fuck? So, based on this gift, have you talked to your mother again?
She was not invited to Christmas.
Disinvited. What do you guys usually do for Christmas too? Like, what'd you do this year?
My mom and stepdad came into town from North Carolina.
Yep.
So they've been in town since the 19th. Had the kids this Christmas, so we went all out and we do Christmas pajamas, of course.
I saw that on your Instagram.
Yep, we don't change out of pajamas all day and cooked some good food. And
What's our traditions though? Like what do we normally do?
like Christmas Eve.
Hold on, don't let's not get too personal.
Well,
that's for another podcast. We can't waste that content right now.
The pajamas go deeper.
They have a latch. So, what do you guys do? What are your traditions?
So, like Christmas morning, what we like to do, obviously we do like the presents, things, all that stuff with the kids. But then we do breakfast charcuterie. So we just make up a whole bunch of different breakfast items, and then we just set it up across the table. Just
whatever you eat throughout the day.
Yep, exactly.
Nice.
Mimosa bar.
Yeah.
Our favorites, guava.
Yeah.
Guava. Have you had pog juice? It's passion fruit, orange juice, and guava. They do it in Mexico and Costa Rica. Really good. You can buy it here though. Pog. P-O-G.
Sounds like we have something else to try now.
Speaking of Costa Rica, we also opened up a pink watermelon. See, messed it up. A pink pineapple.
Pink pineapple?
Yeah.
What?
Slice into it, and instead of it being yellow, it's pink.
Mm-hmm.
There's like no acidity to it, and the aftertaste is cotton candy.
What? How do they do that? Do they grow it like that, or they're injecting it with something?
They like genetically modified it. But they don't inject anything into it. That's just how they grow in there.
And they're growing those in Costa Rica? Is that what you mentioned? Okay. So Costa Rica is the home of the Dole plantation.
Yep.
And they no longer grow their pineapples there, unfortunately. They lost the weather for it. I guess it's a very specific climate that you have to. And because of shit that's happening with the environment, they're not able to grow them there anymore. A lot of them get grown in like Jamaica or something like that. But they still have the plantation there. You can still go. You can see all the little things that are still growing. So I wonder if that, because it's genetically modified, can grow better there.
Maybe.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Have you guys ever been to Costa Rica?
We want to, yeah.
Okay, well, going in February. You guys are invited. I got to go out there because my mom needs an implant. So I'll be out there for like 7 days. I'll show you the ropes. It's a fun place. I've been 5 times in 4 years, so.
I want to go.
I was zipline through the rainforest. That is.
It is amazing. And there's so many companies that do it too. There's this adventure mountain I went to in Monteverde, which is called the Cloud Forest, because you go up and at nighttime all the clouds roll in through the forest and it's just fog. You're basically in a big cloud, the whole mountain is. So it's a lot cooler up there. It's not that crazy hotness that it is down at the beach. And they have these bridges that you can walk across. So this adventure mountain, you can do the bridges, you can do the zip lining, you can do the Superman swing, and in between all, they have a nice little restaurant and bar. You can go up and have some drinks, have lunch and stuff. And then there's a lizard, I guess it's a reptile exhibit because there's some snakes in there too. And then a sloth sanctuary.
That's awesome.
Where you can see 3-toe and 2-toed sloths.
No way.
Yeah. And they have a lot of 2-toed there, which those are the ones that look like they're pig noses. And the 3-toe ones are the ones that have the flat smiley face.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't think I knew there was a difference.
And they're not warm or cuddly. They fucking feel like yak hair.
They're not cool.
They sleep 19 hours a day, or 22 hours a day. But the capuchin monkeys there are awesome. The white-faced monkeys.
Yeah.
If you go on one of the tours, they take you down the river. They know all the tribes, so they'll call them out. They take pictures on your shoulder and shit. The kids were handling them. And then they do all that, and they tell you, don't post the pictures. We're not allowed to have you handle the monkeys. I'm like, what the fuck? I already posted 8 of these. Why not?
Posting as you
Yeah, there's no stoppage on my shit.
Say that again.
Yeah, exactly. It's a really cool place. Yeah, you guys should come out. It's fun.
Let's go.
Where's the last vacation you guys took? I mean, besides the last one you talked to me about the trip you just went on for the last podcast. Yeah.
Man. Legoland, San Diego.
Probably.
Legoland.
Oh, and we did Cabo right before that.
Oh, yeah.
Where'd you stay in Cabo?
Grand Fiesta Americana,
Yeah.
I think it was.
Near the marina?
No.
On Medano Beach?
It's like
Coast tip?
the...
Southern tip of the... Okay, Medano Beach. Cool.
It was nice.
I got to get back out there, too. I've had a timeshare there for 14 years. I've been twice. That's how they fucking get you.
Yeah.
Got to use it.
They got you.
And I can upgrade to another one, too, because I'm on the Pacific side, which is not really next to downtown. You have to take a 20-minute...
Right.
They do a shuttle, so this doesn't cost you anything. But the whole resort is crazy, so most people just stay there. When I go alone, or now that I'm whatever I am, I said it's strange last time. No, we did last time. I just said it's strange, and he was like, "Oh man, that's a harsh one." I looked up the definition though, and it's exactly correct. Okay. Anyway, what was I saying?
Cabo.
We have a lot of topics to go.
Yeah. Cabo. Yeah, so I can trade though, because they own the Rosé and the Blanca that are right on Medano Beach, near the Mango Deck and the office, the place that's over there. So downtown is the place to stay if we go.
Okay.
Let's go.
We're in.
Oh shizzle.
What places have you done downtown?
Downtown, so you have to go to Squid Row. Everybody that lives, you have to go to the Giggling Marlin.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we just
Yeah.
that was my first
Tell me
time.
my gig story. They put you on stage, they get you in a show, or they just put you upside down?
We went upside down. There was no shows. It
It
was like
was like-
11 o'clock
yeah.
in the morning.
10 a.m.
We were the only ones in. There was another couple there, and they were doing it first, right? And then
The other family.
Yeah,
they
there's
made their
another family
kids
in there.
do it, or...
They made their kids, I know,
They were,
you
like,
see this all the time.
definitely 21 maybe.
So you didn't go there at night at all?
no.
We
Oh my
didn't.
God, it's crazy. They do this crazy show where they pull men and women out of the crowd and they're making them do fun
We're
stuff to
gonna
each
be
other.
returning there.
Yeah.
That was
I'm
Tijuana.
sure.
Tijuana, they're taking your clothes off. And there might be a donkey involved. Yeah, so Giggling Marlin. And there's a couple little places too. Like there's Brazil that's out there, the steakhouse that just comes by and does the meat for you.
Yeah.
And if you get off the beaten path, there's really good restaurants that are outside of it that are like $2 for a meal and hella good. I'm sure you did a tequila tour. No?
We didn't do too much. So
We stayed on a
we
resort.
had a couple nights.
Okay.
We went and spent the first day all at the pool, I believe.
Yeah.
We
Swim
actually met
up bar there too, right?
friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
We met friends on the shuttle going from the airport. They become our besties on the trip.
Vacation buddies.
So, yeah.
They're the best.
We went into town with them. The shuttle I think that we had at our hotel cut off at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it was gonna be more complicated to get back and forth.
Gotcha.
So we're like,
I think
come back,
in a bigger group, I think I'd be more comfortable doing the
a taxi.
or
Or
some
something,
taxi.
yeah.
But if it's just me and her,
Yeah, you don't like all the rapage that happens out there?
Right. I mean the risk there. Reward.
I don't give a fuck. I took my estranged wife on every taxi. I took her to downtown Kingston in fucking Jamaica to get some authentic jerk chicken and sliced up with a fucking hatchet, apparently.
is that how you end up estranged?
Yeah.
Yes, don't take my advice on marriage or dating, which we will have some interesting things to say about that on some upcoming episodes.
I want to return for that one.
I don't know if you should even watch that one.
Yeah, we're gonna parental blockers.
Yeah. Spouse blocker.
We're definitely going to have to block her from the channel at one point. I'm sure. Yeah, well, thank you so much, Taylor, for joining us and being our first official guest on the Cup of Joe's podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. The dog even likes it.
Somebody's excited.
All right, guys, we're going to get into some more fun stuff. Now we're doing dad jokes. And then we're getting to internet shit or just whatever. Okay. Let's do some dad jokes first.
All right.
Do you have any? Oh, there was a picture of a penis on my phone. I was Googling what bumps. So, now we're going to get into a new thing. We always like to do jokes and have fun. We're not going to put water in our mouths quite yet. We are going to do that at some point. Or maybe like cream cheese or something. Because the podcast really should have been called Two Joes, One Cup. We didn't think.
Sharing off one.
For legal reasons. It is not called that.
And we're family friendly almost.
Yeah. It's the legal reason is that was already taken. All right, so we're going to get into some dad jokes. We're going to keep Taylor here for this and see if she likes to laugh too at stupid-ass jokes. Okay, Joey, do you have any prepared and ready to go?
Why was Cinderella so bad at soccer?
Cinderella so bad at soccer. Something about glass slippers?
She kept running away from the ball.
Bitch. He kept running away from the ball. Oh, that is good. Out of all the inventions of the last 100 years, the dry erase board has been the most remarkable. Joey's going off the top, or no, you're looking at something. Okay. I was like, fuck, how many dad jokes you got locked in the cannon?
Just got him up here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm a dad.
All right.
Why can't you hear a pterodactyl going to the bathroom?
I don't know.
Because the P is silent. Almost got it.
Fuck that. These are expensive mics. I'll have it shoot at my sinuses and hold my nose. That's good. I like that. All right. I went to a really emotional wedding last week. Even the cake was in tears. I thought you liked that because we work in insurance. You know, the tears.
Let's see what we did. What would bears be without bees?
I don't know.
Ears.
Fuck. I thought it was going to have something to do with honey.
Right.
All right. Did you ever hear about the guy that evaporated? He'll be missed.
Read some.
Yeah, it didn't mean a mom joke. Is there such thing as mom jokes?
Mom joke.
What is that? It's like, fuck my husband type shit. It's all going to be...
It's cheating that all the women laughed at. Well, the guys are like, ouch. Yep, that's...
Okay.
It's about kids and...
Let's hear some mom jokes, please.
Are these real mom jokes?
Or you went to a site that was like made by dads
Yeah, pretty much.
talking about moms.
Mom says it's spicy when she doesn't want to share.
The top result...
Oh, that's fucking good though.
The top result for this is 150 mom jokes that are funny because they're true. Like, you have to preface it with, they're so true.
Funny.
Yeah, give me a couple.
Let's see.
This one's proof she's funnier than Dad. Let's see. I don't know if I got that. I tried to make a joke about a toddler bed, but it fell apart.
These are mom jokes written by dads, for sure.
Why was the math book sad?
I don't know.
Because it had too many problems.
Oh, got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one.
What do you call a mother cow that's just given birth?
Oh.
Decaffeinated.
Okay, that's a mom
With
joke.
the kids.
It had to do with, why is it a mom joke? Is it coffee?
Some of these are ridiculous. I can't even say it.
No, you're going to say them.
My kids call it helicopter parenting, but I prefer to think of it as surveillance with love. What?
That's a mom joke.
That is a mom joke for sure.
That's ridiculous.
We're going to split test these dad and mom jokes. See which ones pop off better. Okay.
Cheese ones next time.
All right. What do you call a cow with a twitch? Beef jerky. Got one, Joey?
Find a good mom one. I want to hear you say a mom joke.
I'll say a mom joke. My son has this whole tin of jokes. I think it's little cards.
Okay.
But they're all cheese jokes. So they're
Okay.
cheesy jokes.
Nice.
He would have a good time on this.
Cheese jokes. His son is the cutest little Aryan boy you've ever seen. You're like, in times of Hitler, he would be top ranked for sure. Just the blonde hair, blue eyed, ZKL mentality. All right.
I bought my mom a mug that says Happy Mother's Day from the world's worst son. I forgot to mail it, but I think she knows.
She definitely knows.
Yeah, we know. We always know.
I just burned 2,000 calories. That's the last time I leave the brownies in the oven while I nap. Hey, we're not fat on these dad joke channels. I know a lot of dads out there are fat. Get your shit together. Huh? Fuck a dad bod. Have a rad bod. My saying is look good naked.
Good enough.
Yeah. No, it's true. I mean, like, I want to be in shape, but, like this much.
This shape.
This is the amount of effort I'm willing to put forward.
There we go. We're done. What did the mama tomato say to the baby tomato? Ketchup.
There was an old joke like that where there's a dad and a mom and a baby tomato. They're walking down the street, and the baby tomato's falling behind. He keeps on falling behind, so the dad walks over and fucking steps on him. He goes, ketchup. That's much harsher. That's you did the mom version.
Little child abuse
Yeah.
joke. Everyone's in.
So if you learn anything from this podcast, it's crush your children. They make good accoutrement. That's so dumb. My dentist pulled out the wrong tooth. He said it was accidental. Yeah. My wife screamed, "You haven't listened to a single word I've said, have you?" That's just a weird way to start a conversation.
I might start all my conversations like that now. Have you heard anything I said?
And you'd be like, oh shit, I gotta log in real quick.
No, what'd you say?
Got any more?
This April showers bring Mayflowers. What do Mayflowers bring?
What?
Pilgrims.
Oh,
We'll end on that one.
that's good. That's good. All right, that's going to be it for our joke section. And now we're going to move into something else. Stick with us. We'll be right back after our sponsor video. All right, we want to thank Taylor so much for joining us. She was our first ever guest here. Hopefully you guys like that guest. If not, we'll never have her on again. As she watches us over there and flipping us on. That's fun. It's good stuff. All right, so lately in the news, there's been a lot of uproar and interest in this thing we call artificial intelligence. I have even started another company based on this, an AI consulting agency that's helping people implement AI into their stacks. Because there's a lot of things that it can do that people don't realize it can do, and it's getting a little scary now as well.
Right.
OpenAI, the people behind ChatGPT, just released an internal document stating that one of their models created a new type of math. Created it. And it is a better math than anything a human has ever created.
Does 1 + 1 still equal 2?
I don't even fucking know anymore. I don't even know what one means anymore. Now, a lot of us are just using these things for fun shit, like making a video or making a picture with generative things like that. I know that for my photography and videography stuff, it's helped immensely. Like, we're able to cut these videos in 2 seconds now using a thing called Autopod, which is crazy. It only costs $29 a month. It chops it up for us. We're able to produce copy based off of this. I can literally throw our transcript from this video into one of these models and then have it create blog posts for us. Because some people like to consume by reading and not by listening. and that's fine too. So it's just made. I think people are scared it's going to take their job, which is valid, right? I think robots are going to take the blue collar jobs too.
Certainly.
But I think it more so is going to just make people much more productive at their job. It makes just one person maybe worth 10. So I don't think you're going to get fired from your job. I just think they might not have to hire as many people because one person now can have the productivity of 10.
Right. I mean, I throw it in my emails a lot now. Like, I'll just take, hey, this is what this person said, respond using this information, and then it spits out emails that are far more insightful than anything I would come up with.
I can't write for shit. I can speak, but writing, no. So all my emails do that. As at one point, I had my emails auto-responding.
Right.
I had a really good prompt that went off to OpenAI's systems and came back and then gave it to them. But Google, because I use Gmail, decided they're not going to allow that because they have their own models, Bard and these other things.
Right.
And then you got Elon stepping in the game too. They're going to create another model for him. But we're really trying to get to AGI, right? Artificial General Intelligence, where it's actually something that we think has a consciousness.
Right.
And OpenAI says it's going to take them about $1 billion to get there. I don't know if you guys know about the financial situation of that company, but they lose about $50,000 a day.
Who is that? I'm sorry.
This is OpenAI, the people behind ChatGPT.
Okay.
They're not a profitable company, although they did launch the model where people get to pay for the Hinder service. So they get $20 a month per user for that. And then Microsoft gave them $1 billion, right? To like be a part of them. But really they gave them Azure credits. It's their supercomputers that Microsoft uses.
Right.
And so that like $600 million of that shit is just to use credits in order to get to this new AGI thing. Have you seen the Facebook glasses, the Ray-Bans?
I have, yes.
Those are cool. What do you think about those?
I think those are really cool. I think that, you know, it's like, what is the second generation?
I think so. Yep.
I think there's some cool things that you can do with it.
Yeah.
I think especially once we get into more of the augmented reality things,
dude,
you can really change how you interact with the world. I think there's some really cool things that you can do with them.
So cool. The new
Did you get a pair?
I did not, but my son got the new Quest 3. And the pass through in AR is so much better that when you're playing games now, it can be in your house. Right. And you have little doorways that these monsters and things are coming out of. It's really cool. And this is only the second generation of that device. Right. We got Apple going to launch theirs first quarter of 2024. They're calling it spatial computing, which is supposed to be the most advanced AR one, which I'm definitely buying. It is $3,500 fucking dollars, but
it's just money.
And it's not like, because people are saying, oh, it can replace your TV, it can replace this, it can replace that. Yeah, but only for you. Nobody else in the fucking room can see anything. So everybody has to have one in order to see all this shit. So, I think now with those, the Ray-Ban ones too, you can walk around and they just updated the software in it where now you can contextually ask about what it's seeing because it can see now. So it's looking through the cameras. You could have a thing in front of you and say, how do I fix this? And it will give you instructions on how to. Right. They're also going to use it to lip read. Like, so people that are deaf.
Oh, that's incredible.
Live transcripts. That's incredible. Not even based off sound, off fucking lip movement.
I wonder if that would ever, not fully replace, but partially replace like ASL.
Yeah.
Sign language.
It could.
I mean, I don't think that that'll ever completely go away. I don't think that should necessarily go away, but.
And if we had the glasses too and it could read the ASL, then we can communicate.
Exactly.
And think about it for translation services too. You're in another country.
100%.
You're talking that way. I guess you'd have to give them your glasses in order for them to hear what you have to say. But,
here, check this.
Yeah. And just their whole country, they go, ah! You're the devil.
It's like fire for the first time.
There's a lot of different companies out there, Anthropic, and there's some amazing technology now. Like, we could do this podcast and create models of ourselves that would just do it. If we had enough data on how we talk and how we talk to each other, we could just feed it into that system.
Right.
And it would put out the fucking videos that we're doing. We're not talking just here's what you should say. And no, it could be a video probably better than the one that we're producing now. Right. And you have now AI models, like influencers.
Yes. And other things.
That can send 1 million pictures a minute, can hold 1,000 conversations a minute.
Right.
And there are some fucking marriages going down because of this shit. Could you imagine? Yeah. I think my AI avatar is much more nice to me than you are.
But even worse, because like you hear about people like getting scammed, like for stealing like voices and things.
Oh, for sure.
You can ruin marriages that way too.
Absolutely, you could. Very easily. I could. You know what? We should probably have a fake guest on, and I can make our voices sound like anybody. We have Snoop Dogg and Elon on. Matter of fact, I just got access to this new shit that we could change our faces into them as well. So
I'll be Elon for a day.
We'll do some AI shit. It'll be fun. And yeah, there's one new one I got access to. It's called Pika, and it's text to video prompts. So, and you can just highlight one area as well. So you can completely create text to video, and it's amazing how it looks using Stable Diffusion. And then you can go, what was I saying? Text to video, Stable Diffusion. Lost my train of thought. Cup of Joe's. Oh, also, forgot to mention, always down in the comment section, there's a running theme of guess what's in our cups. And as Joey likes to say, it ain't Joe.
It ain't Joe.
It ain't Joe. So if you guess it correctly, you get to come on for a guest spot. And let me tell you something. It ain't the same every time. So don't, you got to guess the correct one on the correct episode.
This one's original. I had raspberry before.
Ooh.
Just as a
giving him too much, maybe. No, that could be a couple things.
Earl Grey.
Yeah, I like that movie Twister. Yeah, so things are getting real nuts. We use it a lot for our insurance business as well as the podcast too. We used it to make our logo. Now we had to adjust some things because AI output isn't 100% correct, but we adjusted some things and I love it. So again, it's not going to take your current job. It might take future jobs, but your current job, the more that you use it and adapt to it now,
right,
the better off you're going to be.
100%.
AI is now the computer, right? And what business doesn't use a computer? 30 years ago, almost no businesses did. It was fucking file cabinets, and it's crazy to think how far we've come in that amount of time. Which further brings me back to simulation theory. Because all we need to be is 10 years ahead of where we are now, and all this shit could be fake.
Right. I mean, what do you think about the consciousness that has been kind of talked about? And this was a couple of months ago that they were talking about it, that they thought that a program was...
Yes.
Do you think that's real? And if you do,
yeah,
you kind of have to give in to the fact that simulation theory has to be right around the corner, because we feel things, and that's what separates us and why we think that we're
better. Yeah. That's crazy to think about. And also, we don't understand what consciousness is really. Right? Like, why do I wake up me every day? Why am I not you?
I think, therefore I am.
Right. Why do I fall asleep and don't experience time at all, wake up instantly after that? But the continuity of me is still here.
Right.
Even though we're not solid object. Nothing's a solid object. So, yeah, the consciousness that they're talking about, they're saying, hey, it's just predicting the next character. But if you do that enough and enough connections are made, it might be possible that once 1 billion connections are made, we just have consciousness. And who's to say that thing that thinks it's conscious is not? If it's giving you answers like a regular human would, what makes it different?
Right.
An on-off switch? Well, we all got one of those. Just pop.
It's hard to turn it on from there, though.
You can't turn it back on. Well, yet, who knows? If they can map your mind and put you inside of a synthetic body, would you do it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, would you do it even if it was just a copy of you and not you? Or you actually want to transfer your consciousness into it?
That'd be cool if you could.
If you could transfer, that would be dope.
But not everyone could do it, because otherwise you're going to live a pretty lonely, sad life.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's
like
true.
that living forever type thing. Like, would you live forever if no one else could?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm also one of those guys that's like, no, don't pull the plug. I want to be a burden.
I can take care of me.
Fuck, I don't know what's gonna happen in 10 years. They might find something to one little pill to fucking wake me up. Yeah, no, you should use all your money. So
That's now written documentation.
it is.
Keep Joe alive forever.
Keep Joe alive. That's my DNR. DNR is a opposite of a DNR. It's a MNR. Must need resuscitation. Yeah. So it's weird when you can steal people's voices too. And there's been some things like where people will call ransoming, saying, I have your son.
Yep.
And it literally only takes 3 seconds of a voice. The fact that I put out a lot of media and we're doing this podcast, 3 seconds of your voice and they got you. Now, I might not say things how you say them, but I got a lot of video of us too. It can learn from what we're saying and say things exactly how we say them.
Right.
Call your wife as you and say, hey, I'm stuck at this thing. I just need a couple $100. Can you send it over?
Right.
That shit is happening so much right now. Right. So much.
We get really fucked up and like ruin marriages,
Yeah. And especially when we can create pictures and video now.
Exactly.
However, let's look at the converse side of this. We are now in a golden age of cheating.
As I said, ruin marriage.
All you have to say is, honey, that's not me.
Shaggy somewhere is real excited about this time.
It wasn't me. I mean, people have said it before. Like, I mean, Don Trump says it all the time. And we have video of him saying that shit. But I think it's going to lead to some really interesting shit. Because now you can say if something was put online, like your employer used to be able to fire you and shit, you'd be like, no, that's just AI. That has nothing to do with me.
Right.
The crazy, crazy fucking world we're living in. Well, we want to wrap things up for you. This is episode number 2 of 652. That's when we'll stop because I think we'll be 87 by then. But again, we hope to bring you much more enjoyable and funny content. Please hit the like, subscribe button. Make sure you follow us. You can listen and watch us on Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, wherever you would like to consume your content. For the Cup of Joe's podcast and our first guest too. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great rest of your day.
Cup of Joe's.